Hello and welcome everyone, it's Angela here and so good to have you. Today is day 17 of a wonderful challenge that I was fortunate enough to be invited to partake in for the lovely RachandBella crafts. And it's their April collaboration, so it's day 17, it's Easter Sunday and a perfect day to spend with you. So just got a little bit of something for you to have a look at while I was saying all of that. All right, so we are here today. My project is to do something with envelopes, something I'm very passionate about, as you probably know. If this is your very first time here, a very warm welcome, and to everyone who follows me all the time, thank you guys so much, you're amazing. Now, RachandBella has put a great collaboration together. It must have taken you ages, Rach. So very fortunate all of us are to follow along with some wonderful ladies who have shown us just the most amazing things to do with a botanical journal. So today I'm going to show you another little thing that I'm going to do with RachandBella's kit. So I have used that in the project I'm going to use today. All right, so I'm going to take all these bunnies aside, of which all have names. I'm going to put them over there and my Easter card over there. And I'm going to share with you what I've done. All right, so I have made this one in my own kit. So I'm going to show you the little prototype here. And then we're going to make this in RachandBella's beautiful kit, which is absolutely stunning. So this is my little example. It's using an envelope. It's a mailer. You can follow along with me, which I hope you do, because beautiful things can come out of mailers. And I have a whole playlist on just that because they just are so inspiring. I can't stop myself. So this is the front of the little project that we're looking at. It has a little flap from the mailer here, and that would tuck under a page. And I think I've got a page here. So for example, if you were going to stick this onto a tea stain page, you could either take another page and tuck it under that and stick that down like that, and you would have something that flipped open like this. So that's the process for it, and I'll show you at the end. So that's the flap there. And then when you flap that open, you've got your beautiful little image on the front. You've got the little flap of another little image that you could stick there. That opens up. You've got two more images and lovely little pieces of ephemera that you can tuck in at the back over here. Right, so that's what my thinking is today. And that's what I'm going to show you how I'm going to do this. So I hope you're going to follow along. Right, so let's put that to the side. Right, what do you need? Well, the very first thing that you need is some kind of a mailer. It can have a flap on it or not. This one's got a window on it. If you don't have a window, you can always cut your own window. Just make yourself a little template. Cut it to the size of the window you want, place it on there, draw around it and cut out that shape. So, you know, if it doesn't have a flap on it, you can always cut a strip of paper, double the width of the flap, stick it into the area there and make a flap as well, because I tend to slice off the top when I open up my mail. All right, so this envelope here, I wrote it on the back. This is actually 8 3/4 inches in length, and it is 4 1/4 inches from there to there. All right, in centimeters, that is 11 centimeters by 22. All right, all I've done here is I've taken my scissors and I've cut a little sliver of these two ends here. All right, that's all I've done. With the result, we open our envelope up just like that. Okay. So that's what I've done here. So they're easily done. Then what I did after that, from that point there to within 4 3/4 of an inch or 12 centimeters, I've made a little mark with my pencil over there, and I've actually folded along that line. Okay, so it looks like that. So from there to there is 4 3/4 inches or 12 centimeters, and that's all you need to do to have what you need to make this project. All right, so go and gather some junk mail or mailers, as I like to call them, or an envelope. If you don't have an envelope, you can easily create this yourself. All right, so you can use that with 2 sheets of paper. That would work as well. Right, enough of that. What we're going to do now is we've got that fold line there. We fold it along that line, and I like to use my bone folder just to get that line nice and firm. This is the natural fold line of an envelope, so that will just turn up like that, and then we're going to turn it to the side like that. All right, so that's the basis of the construction. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I'm going to decorate this, so I hope that you're keen to follow along. Now I've pre-cut these pieces and inked them, and these are all from Rachel's beautiful spring botanical kit, and you'll find that in her Etsy store. I'll put a link to her Etsy store there below. This is just one of the pages from her kit I've cut out, and I want to make this the feature in the little window here. So I'm just going to put some glue on here. I'm using my art glitter glue. I hope it doesn't play me up today. I have cleaned the nib. I've been having some problems yesterday when I was using this, but I've now, it's my own fault, because you know you should give the nib a clean from time to time. Right, so I've got that open there, and I want to just find the spot of where I want to place this, and this is how I just do it. So I'll just cut that bit out there, and that's going to be in my window. So I'm not worried about that. It's stuck right down. It's not going to inhibit me in any way. Now I've cut another piece out, and again, I love this page. It had these beautiful eggs on it. The bird was at the bottom of this piece of paper, and I've cut it to fit that little area there. And what I've done too is I've then just taken my pencil and I've held that piece of that square that I've cut out. I lift that up and I just gauge with my pencil like this how to make the little marks, and I draw a little rectangle there with my ruler, and then I just cut that out. All right, so that's how I go about covering this. Of course you could put strips and do a different way, but to me, I'm sure there are many ways to do that. That's the way I tackle this one, and it seems to work really well for me. Okay, so we're going to stick this down. I'm going to stick this down. Now, you can stitch along the edges here. I'm not going to do that today. I'm going to explain to you how I go about doing that, if you are keen to give it a stitched edge. And stitched edges are not a must, but they add something. They add something to your ephemera pieces, I feel. It's just my personal choice. All right, so because I'm not going to stitch this, I have put glue as close to the edges as I possibly can. It does help to stick this the right way down, doesn't it? I heard somebody shouting there, thank goodness. Talking too much. All right, so we want to just get that stuck down nicely like that. Get that all done. There we go. Right, this is the point now where if you're wanting to stitch this without, because you've got pockets at the back, without stitching the whole thing together, I would then go and stitch while this is all nice and open around the perimeter there. All right, so this is the point where I would do the stitching for that. And the same if you wanted to on that one, but I'm not going to in this case. Right, now I'm a lover of die cuts. I have cut this out of cardstock. This is from a Sizzix die called Spring Foliage, which I love using, and perfect for what we want to do. And I want to just stick that down, just give it a little bit of more dimension. So this is when this little nozzle is great for doing this. Okie doke, so we are now going to just stick that, and I'm being mindful of not getting it too far over here. I don't mind if it's a little bit. I'm going to just get it like that and stick that down. Okay, if you get any glue, like I dropped this on here a second ago, just rub it off the window. It comes off really easily. Okay, there we go. So we've got that bit there, and then within that little same die you get these tiny flowers, and I've just cut out to pick up the beautiful blues here, which are gorgeous. Love your kit, Rach. I'm going to just stick that one at the top here and one at the bottom. This kit is lovely. It's full of beautiful butterflies. Love the blues and the vintage feel that it has. It's really gorgeous. Okay, and then I cut out from one of the sheets that had stamps and little labels. I cut this out from one of the stamps, I think. I just wanted to pick up, and you know, the colors, and I can't help myself when it comes to butterflies, so this one was perfect for the job. So I'm going to just put this over there. Okay. Right, so everything's looking great. That's the little front section. Now this little section over here, I had this beautiful image, which is from a beautiful vintage water can, and I just love these blues, as I say. And I'm going to stick that down just over here. So easily done. Now, as I was saying to you about envelopes earlier, I do find them so inspiring. So much that you can do with them, and if you're wanting to know some of the things that can be done, you can go and have a look at a playlist that I have on YouTube called Exciting Envelopes, and I must have 30 odd examples, as well as lots of others that I didn't call an exciting envelope, that I did use envelopes to create, and they make great additions to your journal. Right, I've got a tiny piece of very soft tulle here, and one of the little stamps from the little ephemera pack, and I'm going to just stick this on here as well. So we've got this little bit of tulle. I'm going to stick this just over on the end here. My hands are full of glue now. I think it'd be easier to put this on. Let's put some glue on here first. So I'm going to put quite a lot on here, like that. Then I think I will go and stick my piece of tulle on, like that. There we go. And now I can go and stick that down. I was going to put it just over there like that. And I might need a little bit more of the glue. Now, luckily this glue dries clear, so, you know, it's not a crisis. So that just gives out a little bit of texture, and I quite like how that's come together. At this point is a good time just to distress the edges like this. I'm not a fan of the white sticking out. And then the same over here. I'm just using the Distress Oxide vintage photo there. All right, so that's looking great so far. I hope that you like that too. I love those combinations. Now that's the fold we just put in. So now we're turning it this way and over, and we're going to cover the back here. So we're going to start at the top there. From the rest of that page, I cut out two of the bits that were at the top there, and I'm going to put one over there and one over there just to cover those areas. We've got pockets on the back here, so this is a good place to start with, just covering up those top areas. Now you're not going to see this bit here, so you don't need to worry about that. And also when you're sticking these bits down, don't get it right into the fold. There's about a hair's breadth over there that I've left just to make sure, and the same on this side, that this isn't going to affect the folding of this paper and make it not want to lie flat. All right, this little bit here, I could just pull this off, but I'm going to just stick it down. And then again, this is just going to sort out the top here. Beautiful images, lovely vintage feel to this kit, really gorgeous. It was a shame that I was just going to make one piece. Right, so yeah, we're going to get that right at the top there and get that tucked in nicely. There we go. Right, so that's going to be covered up, as you can see over there. Right, now the last bit to decorate is I'm going to put some glue here in the middle, just that side of the fold line, and here as well. I'm going to do the same on the other side of the fold line, and then just at the end of that fold line. That's just to keep these pockets in place. So there we go. Now they're all nicely sealed. Okay, great. I like that. Okay, so we've got 2 more bits here now. I've got this little one that also came from this page, I think. And I try to make use of all the bits of the pages that I chose to use. And then we've got this little one over here, which is going to go on the side like that. Lovely images. Right, so let's get that going. Get the glue on there. Okay. And again, we want to make sure we get that on the edges. Be mindful of staying away from the fold line, as I said. And there we have that one put down, and that looks great. And then with this one, I just had one of the little labels, the foliage like that. And I'm going to just, I love labels, and in my projects too, or quotes or anything like that. So I'm going to just put that across there. And then again, I'm going to just take one of these little flowers. You could, if you've got a punch with flowers, that would work as well. And then I'm going to just put that, I think, on this side. We'll put it there. Now, I would normally put a pearl on, but because I don't want it to affect anything here and to get this to lie as flat as possible, I'm not going to do that on the outside. I will probably do it on the front. And then we're going to just I hope you guys are all enjoying the collaboration and picking up the wonderful ideas by everybody. And I have seen some fantastic projects. I mean, all the projects are gorgeous. So it's just great that everybody got together to put this collaboration together and contributing. It just warms my heart. Right, isn't that a lovely image as well? Right, and then I've got these 2 little die cuts again from my Sizzix foliage. I've got so many I can't remember what's what. But if you're wanting to know where any of this stuff comes from, because I do get a lot of questions, I put all of it onto my Amazon favorite tools list, and anything you want to know, you'll find the information there. So it's everything that I use on a regular basis, including all these dies. So please feel free. It just saves me having to wait for me to get to your message, because that could possibly take a while. So it's easier just for you to look there and get the details. All right, so I nearly dropped that. I wanted to just sort of make it look like this is all one bush. Okay, perfect, perfect. Okay. And that's what we've got so far. So far, so good. Okay, so I've got some little mini pearls that are half pearls with a sticky back. And I do like to just sort of finish off that like that. And then using my lovely tweezers, I'm going to just put it's playing funny games with me today. Right, so that and that, and I think that just finishes it off. So we've got everything done there. Now I wouldn't cover this unless I was giving it to somebody as Happy Mail, but yeah, I quite like the look of all of that. I love those eggs. And now what we want to do is we want to put in some ephemera. So here's some of the ephemera. This is one of the little seed packets from the ephemera kit, which I've put together. Love that. Isn't that gorgeous? Then 2 of these cards. Now I cover all my ephemera with backing paper. You can do that with tea paper. I don't leave it white. This is lacy background paper from my own kit, but I just like to do that. And it's antique, so you know, it just sort of fits with this theme. And then with 3 tags, which I've printed half the size. I've printed those, backed them onto card, and stitched around them, and put in those little circles there, and then some linen silk and linen ribbon. So those, isn't that adorable? So I got 3 of those. So this is what I'm going to do. I am going to turn that around. We are going to have the beautiful silk one in the front like that, so I can see that. And then I'm going to get a lighter color one, so we're going to go with this one here. And I'm going to put that slightly higher. Then at the back, I'm going to turn that around like this. Although I normally face it, no, that's right, this way. And then we're going to put in a card over here and a card over here, I think. Yeah, and I think I've even got this, but I think that's going to be too much. Let's try and put it this way. Okay, so that might be too much. We'll see now. We can just arrange it properly. Like that. There we go. And then we can get that ready to go onto our page. Now, you don't have to have that many tags there. Now what I did was, as I showed you before, if I was going to put this onto one of my journal pages, I would take a tea stain page like this. I then have taken her collage page. This is Rachel's collage page, and I've just used my decal trim or scissors or ruler and cut this slightly smaller than the actual page itself, like that. And then what I would do is I would take that flap and stick that onto that collage page like that, and then I would stick that page onto the tea stain page like that. Now you can always put a little circle or something if you wanted to hold that on. That will be stuck down to hold that closed, but I wouldn't do it. I think it would, if it was stuck down there, it would be absolutely fine. It's just the flap is sticking up now, but it would look gorgeous on a journal page, just like that. And that's our little project for today, guys, using envelope mailers. I hope that you've enjoyed it. Now, I will be probably showing my video on how I put this one together. You can let me know if you want to see that, but I think you've pretty much seen how I do that today. Love the colors. Go and have a look at RachandBella's collaboration videos. All the artists, all their links are in my description box below, or any of their channels as well, and you can see everybody that's already taken part and everybody that will still take part, and follow along. Subscribe and support them. They've done this all just for you, and some absolutely fantastic projects I've seen. Thank you guys so much. We do appreciate all of you and all the support that you offer and give us. Thank you so much for spending some time and watching my video. May you have a fantastic Easter Sunday and Monday. The weather is looking glorious, so there's nothing to complain about, and I look forward to seeing you all again. All right, so thank you again. Stay well. Bye-bye.